Here are just a couple tips on safely using space heaters around your pets this winter. One of the big things you want to consider is to make sure that the electric cord is plugged in away from where the pets can get it, because you don't want them to be able to chew on any of the cords. The other thing you need to be careful of, try to make sure the front of the unit is not in an area where they're likely to contact it or get burned. Some units have large grills that help to protect the pets. Make sure those are in place so that they're safe. And the other thing is to be sure your unit is tucked off to the side and on a safe surface so you can't have the pets knock it over and create a fire hazard in your home this winter. Thank you.
Make sure you use pet safe rock salt to avoid burns on pads.
Be careful not to leave your pets out in the cold too long, and make sure that you provide them with adequate shelter if they're outdoors. Let's get you right inside, puppy, where you'll be warm.
Do not use rat bait, use rat traps instead.
Look underneath your car for puddles. They are bright green, and that could be antifreeze puddles. This is very toxic to dogs and cats. It shuts down their kidney and their liver. Just make sure that you don't let the dogs or cats drink any of the liquor.
Be sure your pool cover is secured correctly. Otherwise, your animal might think that it is grass, and you will be going for a very, very cold swim.
During the cold weather, make sure your pet stays away from flames and fire and fireplaces and wood stoves. Ouch, hot, hot, hot.
Don't forget, when it's really cold outside, to protect your pet's feet with booties or little socks.
Make sure your thermostat is warm enough for your exotic animals like your pipers.
In the wintertime, you want to make sure that you check your car for animals that could be hiding because of the warmth of the engine. So it's a good idea to just bang on your hood a couple of times to make sure there's nobody hiding in there that could get injured by either the fan belt or the motors.
Here you go, guys.
During the winter months, to prevent the snow from building up in your horse's hoofs, it's always a good idea to spray them with some Pam or apply some petroleum jelly.
When plowing in the winter, make sure not to plow over your invisible fence line, or your dog can climb over the pile and escape.
It's a good idea to use a coat for smaller pets when you're outside. Remember, if you're cold, so is your pet.
An insulated vest is a good way to keep your hunting dog, especially your water retrievers, warm during the cold winter hunts.
So during the winter months, it's very important that you make sure that your dogs and cats have adequate water that's not frozen for them. If you're able to take and just dump it out and give them some fresh.
Make sure you keep your pet's microchip information up to date.
Be sure your dog doesn't eat too much snow in the winter. It can upset their stomach.